is coming back again to teach them a lesson. But you know, I got part one and part two. We're going to keep it rolling. I don't know what you're trying to do, but this not going to work. Okay, so um, it gets them to the point of understanding. Okay, positive B, what's happening, Dad and Granddad and Archangel Michael? Cut it off. So it gets them to the point um, of them also knowing that through this mirror effect that's being shown there, that it leads them to the next thing, which I said is the dojo, which is I learned that by looking to see what's another way instead of karmic, because it looked like through the collective, everybody was having a problem trying to understand what what karmic brought to the table, and understanding that from that, when I looked it up, and it's talked about martial arts, and that's pretty much a way of training to help somebody learn the actual way. In those, the karmic, the eventual thing is it goes in phases. You wanted to move from the karmic situation into the dojo. Okay, so moving from the karmic to the dojo situation, you want them to be able to learn the path. In Japanese or in Asian cultures, that means dojo means to learn the way, to learn the true pathway to enlightenment, to learn the true pathway as to who they are in their identity, to learn the true way as to where they're supposed to actually go, or to learn the true way as to where they're actually supposed to end up. So that is why you have those karmic situations that occur. They serve a purpose. Sometimes I said it is, some of us have called them in. I can actually tell you to the time and date when I said that. I said I can't teach him anymore. Somebody else got to step in about this financial situation because he keeps on continuously hitting on this button and I don't know how to do it. To the date, to the time, right at the same time, that person stepped in and had did that. I had asked that, and I had to ask atonement for that because I didn't know how powerful my words were that I brought that person in, and then that's when we came the three-party energies. Now, those of you all that's just on this path, third-party energies could come in so many ways. It could become a person, place, a thing. It could be a job that he works 24 hours and he's not able to be there with you or spend time with you. It could be family, the overbearing mama or the mama's boy aspect of it. And the mamas always talk about, what about me? I got to go to the grocery store. And every time he try to make plans to go with you, the mom mysteriously is calling, talk about you got to take take her to go up there to Jewel or go up there and take her to Save a Lot or whatever it is. Those kind of grocery stores. You're like, I mean, Don, did you take it to the grocery store yesterday? What is this about? So, that's the overbearing mama, the mama's boy, that's it's always interfering. Or maybe the place where they live has always got issues. So, the children is another issue, always tending to them. So it comes in all different types of forms in which this karma situation comes in. And when you're dealing with that, it's got to get to the point that your divine counterpart sees it for what it is and say, you know what, this no longer serves me. I no longer want to be in this space. I want to move from this energy and move into something divine. Okay. So when you have those karmic situations or those third party energies, all of those serve a purpose to get the divine counterpart to where you need them to actually go. Now, do we like the way in which they're expressing or they're showing themselves like that? No. And so, it comes in various forms. And like I said, sometimes they got to learn the hard lesson and sometimes they can learn the soft lesson. But the majority of the time, it comes in very ugly forms as far as that. And I know many of us, some of you all, not me, have had experiences where it's been you and the karmic person face off at different things that have happened with that. And so that's where it becomes a negative connotation of the karmic lessons to be very negative in that way. She mentioned about an exercise that you can do, and I will share that also on this channel. I'm not going to just my subscribers, but she's talking about like creating a contract, and for you to be able to ask yourself to get out of that contract. Because again, you have to remember with the karmic situations that that's the situation is which, although your divine counterpart is entering that, you also remember that you're tied, or you're energetically tied to them, which means you are also tied into that karmic situation as well. And so that's kind of pretty much where I am too, because I was saying I don't want to be a part of that energy anymore. It's very draining on me physically, and I'm having physical effects of it showing on my end. And so you'll get to that point that you're saying, okay, I got to cut the cord. That's where sometimes separation has to be involved, because when you're seeing that it's becoming toxic, it's becoming a physical endangerment to yourself, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you've got to kind of cause that point where you go off into you kind of doing and finding your own bliss, until that other person finds their own way to saying, you know what, now she's bringing in a different aspect. My other side of me said this is not working. That in turn will cause for that your divine counterpart, the kind of the seed has been planted, and cause them to in turn say, okay, something's not working. And then slowly, as that seed germinates and grow, will cause them to come to that point to grow stronger in their reserve and say, yes, this is not working either, and so I've got to get out of this. It's like that tribe card. You became much bigger. What's the tribe card? I know I pulled it because I pulled it for reading. This, here we go, right there. This tribe card, which you become much bigger and larger. See, it's time for you to come out of that. Even your newer self identity is saying it's time to come out of there. You got your bags packed, and right now you just kind of like parroting. You're just saying things just to kind of get over while you're in that situation, just repeating things over again about what things you heard from other people, but you need to come up with a different mantra as far as to get you out of that situation. Okay, let me just look very quickly. Are they the powers that be? I don't know what their interference they ain't got with them. I told them that y'all got to hold the fort down a little bit better. So now, what is it that you want us to know about these? Clear. I'm going to ask the source. Powers that be about what's going on with the with these people who are in third-party energies, which is, again, strength. You got to find strength. Emotionally, they got to wrestle with this beast. They got to wrestle with this beast. Let's say you got to wrestle with it. You got to get victory over this thing, because it's getting out of hand. It's wild. It's like a wild boar. And some of them probably say, yeah, I am bored. So emotion, you got to you got to wrestle with it. You got to get into that, into your emotions. Some of the divine masculines don't want to get into that energy of their emotions. They like, I'd rather fight it with my mind. But see, your mind is not enough. The very thing that you're scared to use is the very thing that you actually find yourself that you got to use. What is the message that I'll put it anyway. Clear. What is the message that these divine counterparts overall want to know, that's in these third party or these karmic situations, want to say? I'm truly sorry for my words and actions. Okay. So probably these are the ones that I might move over. I'll probably move over to Patreon, Clear, and some other things. But I'm just going to give you like a taste of what it is. So again, tell me about, is there any other message that these ones overall that's in, whether they're feminine or divine masculine, want to say in these karmic and third party energies? Because it's almost just like a template of all of them got the same kind of foundation. All of them believe that they said we need to talk. Okay. What is it that you feel that you need to talk about? Clear. Oh, need to talk about their health, the health of the relationship. They want a healthy relationship, so they need to talk about that, about how they've been using their intuition. The intuition has been pushing them so they can get mastery over that and moving more into that understanding the intuition and the awareness of things. And they need to talk about leadership. Now, some of them getting fork and road is talk about they need to learn how to talk to themselves about healthy relationships, because they haven't been in this karmic situation. It has not been reflecting back no healthy relationship, I can tell you that. They need to talk to themselves about really getting into the space of intuition so they can have that mastery, because the health, which means a healthy relationship, will be spiritual completion, because it's a 7, and a 1, which means getting into your intuition and your awareness. And 7 and 1 together makes 8, which again is harmony for me, and it's also beginning of a rebirth or regeneration of something old into something new. Thank you. So you can create that balance. And then you got leadership, which is the 8 and 1. So again, they got to rebirth that. Some about them, they had forgotten about it, so they got to regenerate that, get into the intuition and awareness. 8 and 1 is 9 together. That means they got to rebirth. They got to birth, not rebirth. They got to birth something new. For me, when you see the number 9, which is leadership, becoming a leader. Okay, all right. The heart of the matter with these ones that's in these clear third party energies, while they're feminine or not. Oh wow. Clear. Okay, the heart of the matter overall. This is like an overall general reading for all that's in third party energies of karmics. Is this from your divine counterpart, not you, the other one that's watching here, which will be healing family issues. Your love life benefits you, and you forgive your parents. So it's a lot of parental things. It's a part the heart of the matter with. They've got to forgive, because again, they know it's time to go emotionally, get from the space that they are and move on to place uncharted places, which they don't know. They like, I don't know where it's going to happen. Some of them are scared to kind of let go of that, because of some of them picking up these family issues as a part of their identity. That's just all they know. They like the drama. They like the, like I tell them, say the drama for your mama, like to tell the kids. But you need to do that. You need to save the drama for your mama. Let that stuff go and move on into where you need to go into next. And then it's also causing you to really be thinking and pondering a lot of stuff. But instead of you actually making these steps, these like building blocks and building, you really just stuck in the first level, because you keep on thinking and thinking and thinking about what actually happened with this family issue, in which, again, childhood wounds. So if I was you, again, you know, maybe you might want to go and watch some of my videos and healing the inner child to kind of see what are some things that the your divine counterpart needs to heal from. You can do that, and if you want further to look at the workbooks that I have, you can go to divineunisols.co and you can get it there. You have passion. So again, that's the issue. The heart of the master is allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. A lot of them have a problem opening up their heart chakra, being able to be very open and allow really true passion, because some of them feel that if they're passionate about something, they might lose control, which causes this cycle to go round and round and round. What used to be up goes down. So they might be successful in love, and then all of a sudden they get to thinking, and then before it goes down, and now we on this merry-go-round or this roller coaster ride where it's got ups and downs and falls and all that kind of stuff. And so you really want to be able to end an actual cycle. Another thing in the heart of the matter is going on with these ones that in these third party energies, a karmic thing is chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So again, the heart of the matter is understanding that there's always going to be that pull that's going to be pulling them magnetically to their divine counterpart. No matter who they're in these situations, it's still going to be that tug on the heartstring that said, okay, remember, you're tethered together. Or some of them say we're tethered together by that golden cord that pretty much attach us and binds us to our twin flame. Okay, and so because of that cord there, the divine feminine is always going to be the one that's holding the light, and is also going to create that curiosity for your divine counterpart to really say, ooh, what is that, and want to play with it. She's the one that's holding it. If you're in that, the emotions, the positive polar energy is always going to be the one that's holding the light, and the negative energy, which could be the masculine, or it could be a feminine, whichever way it is. Those of you all that's new on this walk, the energies can come in the form of a woman, or it could come in the form of a man. It could be a woman that's a divine masculine, and it could be a man that's a divine feminine. So the divine feminine, or the positive polarity, is always holding the light, while the dark polarity, or the negative one, which would be either the masculine, is always the one that's attracted to that. Okay, and so they're holding of the light, and they have an interest into it. So it's really kind of like, too, it's like she's passing it on to him as well in this picture. And so that's, again, have that understanding. There's always going to be that, and she's the one that's able to give him that light, like a moth to a flame, in that aspect of enlightenment, of awakening, which, again, you say soulmates, but we know that according to the one that's in the negative polarity, they don't call it twin flames. They call it soulmate. They just know that we're really made from each other, like we're like the same cookie cutter, same design, those things. And so that's why they say soulmates, because they just say that's all in society that has been pushed upon them to understand. Twin flame is a connotation of people not knowing. There's a big controversy even on that. Some people say they don't exist, ain't no such thing, show where it is. But you can say, again, that's why we say divine partners or divine counterparts, because that is something that source has chose to be your partner, or that resonates on the same energy that you have, or vibration. And so that's why they are your true mate. Okay, we call it soul. If you like my divine counterpart, he says it like, we're metaphysical. It's a metaphysical relationship, which means he understands that it's more to it than just a physical thing. It's more so of a soul and something more deeper. Okay, and because why? Because they know also, because if somebody holds the key, somebody has the lock. Somebody's able to unlock the others and let the love actually flow from that. Okay, so that is the heart of the matter. What do they see that they are hiding at this time, dealing with these third-party energies and these karmic energies? What is it? We don't have to get there. Okay. What is it? This came out from private reading earlier. Okay, that they're fragmented. They got to get more so into their lower chakras, especially with the sacral, to be able to manifest some things. And they say solar plexus, which is be able to stand in their power. And then also, and sacral also represents your being able to have those relationships, those healthy relationships they're talking about, and how you connect to others. And then being grounded and rooted with this idea of understanding that this is the connection, is actually what they want. They have the key. And once they get that together, they're going to have the key to unlock the power within them. The powers that be also wants, what is the powers that be, say these ones that's in these third party or these karmic energies? What do they source? What do they want? Clear. What do they want? What kind of life changes is needed? Leaving. Powers that be, y'all funny. You gotta leave. You gotta leave. You gotta be able, so you can be able to transform. And when I see these pink roses, it's like really getting into the beauty and understanding what's beautiful about life. It's a beautiful life. Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful life. Huh. Oh. So you can understand it's really truly a beautiful life, because some of it not. This heart chakra is very thin, pale. I would even do some heart chakra things as well. That's really needs to be strengthened with that. And then what do they want them to surrender? Clear. Oh, I love it when you come straight up. Stranger to your addictions. Oh, Lord. Whether you're addicted to substances, people, food, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addictions and replace it with healthier alternatives. This is what they actually want them to do. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's ain't nothing, because some of them is addicted to the comfort. They addicted to the lifestyle that they have actually set up for themselves. They can't see anything else. They addicted to the drama. Like I say the drama for your mama. I like where I'm at. You know, this is the devil that I know. I'd rather deal with the devil that I know than the devil that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Really? Okay. But they cursing you out, and they demeaning you every minute of the minute, and they tell you what you're not, but you rather stay with that. Okay. Interesting. Clear. All right. And so then what is the divinity that these people in these the divine counterparts that are in these third party and karmic energies, what do they want them to? There's a lot, but they probably, okay, I see you say, yeah, because it's a plethora, and it's either different things. So they want them to deal to be openness, which means to me when I see this, it's like be okay with the shadow side with that. You know, learn that, hey, I got this shadow side. I know how to kind of master it as well, and have unity with it. Because, you know, like I say, the poor you there have with you always, which again means to me, you know, some things that's not online, we got to have that temperance. You got to have that balance. We're going to have that shallow side. So we just have to deal with it and understand, how does that help us to have a new day of dawning? How do we look at it and really reach enlightenment by being, like I say, making bedfellows? It keeps on bringing that to me with that as well. We got to surrender. They want you to, in your divinity, to be able to surrender. Surrender what happened in the past, what's happening in the present, and what may happen into the future. But you've got to create that balance, looking at the different aspects and periods of your life of where you are. Okay, so it's got to be a balance there. And a lot of times you might have this foundational, you're going to have to kind of set upon your head, which is your thinking, to kind of help you. But also when you say surrendering, just like the heart meditation that I had did about for new love, and you sit there and you look and you see the ocean, and it helps you to understand that life has the ebb and flow, and to become relaxed with it. I forgot that. I got to put that on my on divineunisouls.co as also an item. I'll do that tomorrow as an item that you can be able to purchase for 1111, the meditation for this. I gave to my subscribers for free as well, but for you all, that's what those. So you understand that this has ebbs and flows. Surrendering means just like the water. You understand it's a pattern. Sometimes things come to you, some things go away. They come back to you, they go away. Okay, and then also, oh, this don't belong in here, but this is interesting. If it ain't like this, say in parasites, stop letting people. Okay, the powers be put in there. Stop letting people suck the life out of you. Being in these karmic situations, and also being, in these third party, third energies. Because again, like I said, you might be on a job working 24 hours. That's sucking the brain. You can't say no to the boss. You're in there. Okay, yeah. Damn, I really wanted to go home. I wanted to relax. Now I got to stay another damn hour to tabulate these receipts to make sure these books is right on this computer. Damn. Okay. So, you know, it's just always emotionally, because it's look like a female. Your emotions feel like everybody's always feeding off of it. Okay. What is the energies? Let me see. What did the full moon? I like that too. What did the full moon How did it affect? Clear. How did the full moon affect? Oh, this is a lot. Some of these ones that's in this third party of these karmic situations. So they say balance spirituality and practicality. So they kept them to balance both what's happening in the 3D and the 5D. It's like, okay, what I actually see going on, and then what I feel spiritually through my intuition and awareness. So they came to the point with this full moon energies they brought out them. They got to create the balance. They know within this full moon that we just had here, which is to expect powerful changes. This within them, they're probably, if you would talk to them, they're like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like something is didn't change within me. Conclusions are within reach. So that means things are coming to an end with this full moon that it happened. They feel like some of them feel like it's an ending. I seen that with the divine masculine thing when I told you they were in the room, and a couple of masculines like, I'm ready. I'm getting ready, to kind of say this is finito for me. Okay, let's look at the energies that the divine, the universe, the source is pushing them to, and they say this is where the energies they're going to move, that we want them to move into next. I'm leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. That midnight train, ooh, 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 ooh. I'm going back to fly. I'm leaving. I know you will. Living on a midnight train to Georgia. Ooh, ooh. I'd rather live in this world than live there while mine, her, his and hers alone. Love. So that's funny. You got the two pillars here, which is like the twins here represented. You got 6, which means love. You got here the courage. So to me, if this is the ego is kind of like laying down next to, like I said, the lion and the lamb, next to the feminine energies, which would be the positive polarity that's bringing there, and finding peace with that. Say, okay, I know my ego with the beast. It almost, ain't that funny? Look at this. It just hit me. I just seen it. We started it off with a woman wrestling it, and then we end with it with the female like she has conquered it. It's no more fight with it. They want them to now move into that positive polarity where you make peace with it, that you're at love with it, and then everything is calm and serene. Ain't that interesting? Oh, wow. Okay, so let me see what they say in the book here for 6. I love it. It's like a beginning and end, Alpha and Omega. Wonderful. Then we'll see what they say, and that's it. Love, oneness. In all life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. Abundant love. So that's what they wanted to move into that energy, to be able to be free to explore, to understand that the unity and the oneness of this, what this relationship brings. Okay, and have the abundance of it. Okay, that's a beautiful. I said it's a beautiful life. Oh, it's a beautiful life. Oh. All right, I said 30 in my head, because I know the other one that started and they ended. All right, let's see. Clear. What's the message that these ones that are in these third party and karmic energies want to get to the one you that are watching, your divine counterpart? Is say, appreciate this moment. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. Oh, that's very poignant. Please. Physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Okay, so again, it's like reach out and touch. I think I seen that in somebody said in this tonight's thing. Somebody's hand make this world a better place if you can. So it could be something about reach out and actually touching, making the connections with others. That's one way of looking at it. Also, again, like sometimes if you feel like you want to reach out to your divine counterpart and is in that situations, you know, you can always do that and feel like you say, this is from me to you, and hug yourself, give yourself a pat on the back, send energetically love and light to them, speak to them, you know, I'm so very proud of you in this situation. I don't know what I would do in it. You know, I know you're doing the best that you can in this situation, you know, and so give them that kind of send it out again. But like you know, you hug people, you know. Also sometimes you know, your divine counterparts will send people to do that. Sometimes I know I had been low about something that the divine masculine had did, and like one of my students would come up and just out of blue just give me a hug for no reason. You know, I think I happened a couple of times today, and I'm like, what you want? And you know, he's like, look, I just want to give you a hug, you know, and they just hugged me a couple of times. I said, what you doing? He said, I just felt like it, you know, and this is the male, my little boys did that. So I was like, okay, you know, that's from him. He just sent this. So sometimes they energetically, they'll hug you and somebody say something, and they can feel like, I don't think that came from that person. I think my divine counterpart sent that to me. So, 164. Okay, you always really measuring these things. So this is from your divine counterpart. This is a book that I use as an oracle. If you think of a number, you can use this and you can get this. I haven't pulled this out on this in a while. And you can be able to use this as an oracle, so to see what's the message of love that your divine counterpart has for you. Okay, so 164, well, I was thinking about that, so I don't know who this is for, but okay, here you go. From your divine counterpart that's in the karmic situation or in the third party energies, which would be, I want you to know that I've been looking for you forever. It feels like lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, and now I finally found you. It's nothing short of a miracle. The feeling when I first saw you was like finding the biggest treasure in the world that you've been looking for your whole life. Your whole entire life looking for a beautiful jewel, and then one day, when you least expect it, there it is. Just breathtaking in every way. Please know that what you do to me is beyond words. How can you describe the absolute best feeling in the whole entire world? It's impossible. But I know beyond anything that I am counting down the seconds, milliseconds, until we can be together again. Our souls merging once more into a heavenly cloud of love. The deepest, purest, most beautiful love essence you can ever imagine. Together, we're going to light up the world with our love. And that's a nice way to end it right there. If you would like to have your own divine masculine reading, or even if it's divine feminine 411 reading, you can go to divineunisols.co, or if you would like a live reading like this, you can go also to book a live reading as well. So again, this is a nice place to start and stop. Oh, it is a nice place to start as far as your union and coming together with your divine counterpart. So until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you. Thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing, and taking time out of your day to view my video. Thank you so very much. Love you.